Breaking news out of Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders just stunned the Browns coaches after a shocking roster shakeup. But here's the twist. It's not what fans expected.
Sports is a business, so you gotta understand it's not personal, it's more business, and you gotta be able to produce. When you stop producing, then it's like, what are you around for? So you gotta always keep that first and understand that. What's up, it's Shedeur Sanders, and I'm standing on business.
The Cleveland Browns thought they were just getting another young quarterback to develop. But Shedeur Sanders has already flipped the script, and now, reports say the Browns are seriously reconsidering their depth chart at just 22 years old. Shedeur is already being called the most marketable rookie in NFL history. But this isn't just about flashy endorsements or viral headlines. This is about a shock roster decision that caught even the Browns coaching staff off guard. According to insiders, Sanders' performance in recent sessions has forced the Browns to think differently. And when you combine that with his groundbreaking Nike deal worth a jaw-dropping $250 million, plus 50% control of his jersey sales, you begin to understand why this isn't just about football anymore. Shedeur Sanders isn't just playing the game. He's rewriting how the game is played. Coaches are reportedly stunned not only by his accuracy and poise under pressure, but by the business empire he's already building around himself. From his apparel line to his Brady partnership, from AT&T to EA Sports, Sanders is already a walking, talking brand before he's even taken his first full NFL snap. And here's where things get even wilder. Cleveland insiders are whispering that the Browns may actually push Shedeur ahead of veteran candidates sooner than expected, not just for his arm, but for the massive marketing power he brings. This isn't just a roster move. This is a potential franchise shakeup. So, did the Browns just stumble into the biggest win of the offseason? Or are they about to gamble their future on a player who's already bigger than the game itself?
Shedeur Sanders casually rocking Nike gear. Nah, he knows the business better than anyone else. He became the first player to sign a contract before even stepping foot in the NFL, and the figures left everyone stunned. He hadn't even played a single NFL game yet. Shedeur initially locked in a $125 million deal before officially entering the league. But as soon as he hit the field in his first preseason game, Nike activated the active player clause in his contract.
The story of Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns didn't start with an NFL snap. It started with a mindset. Sports is a business. And that mindset is what has Browns ownership and coaching staff paying close attention. From the moment Shedeur declared, he wasn't just another rookie prospect. He was already inking deals most veterans could only dream of. The transcript tells us he secured a staggering $125 million Nike deal before even setting foot on an NFL field. Then, when he played his first preseason game, that contract doubled to a record-breaking $250 million over 4 years. Now, most rookies would be overwhelmed by that kind of attention. But Shedeur? He leaned into it, appearing in Nike gear, speaking openly about business, and even negotiating 50% control over his own jersey sales. That means every time a Browns fan pulls on a Sanders jersey, half of that revenue goes straight back to him. This single clause has made him not just the highest-paid rookie in NFL history, but also a true disruptor in how contracts are structured. And the Browns coaching staff noticed. Because while contracts and endorsements don't win games, they do prove something. Shedeur Sanders knows how to handle pressure. If you can negotiate with billion-dollar brands before ever playing a down, stepping into a hostile stadium with 60,000 fans suddenly doesn't look so intimidating. But here's where the first signs of conflict began. According to the transcript, Adidas initially had the upper hand, approaching Shedeur before Nike. Things didn't pan out, and Nike swooped in, locking Sanders into a deal that now dwarfs the endorsement packages of top prospects like Cam Ward and Travis Hunter. That's when whispers began inside the league. Does Shedeur care more about business than football? Critics questioned his priorities. Could he balance boardrooms and playbooks? Could a rookie who's already pocketing more than most veterans stay hungry enough to fight for a starting role? But Shedeur had the perfect answer. He didn't say it in an interview with some reporter. He showed it. He went out in his first reps with Cleveland and delivered the same accuracy, the same poise, the same calm demeanor that had NFL scouts calling him one of the most mistake-free quarterbacks in college. And that's where Browns coaches started to reconsider. Because yes, Shedeur's bank account might be bigger than most rookies. Yes, he's already a brand ambassador for AT&T, EA Sports, and even Tom Brady's line, a partnership pulling in $75 million annually. But when you strip away the flash, he still has one thing you can't teach: consistency under fire. One Browns insider reportedly told colleagues, "The kid's already more polished than half our QB room, and he knows how to command attention." That's the dangerous mix: talent and influence. You can coach up mechanics, you can refine decision-making, but you can't buy presence. And Shedeur walks into every room, whether it's a huddle or a press conference, with presence. By this point, the Browns front office started doing the math. If Shedeur Sanders takes the field, he's not just bringing completions and touchdowns. He's bringing fans. He's bringing headlines. He's bringing a tidal wave of jersey sales and sponsorships. And for a franchise hungry for relevance, that kind of spotlight is priceless. Still, not everyone inside Cleveland is convinced. Veterans have quietly expressed concerns. Does the team really want to fast-track a rookie just because he's a marketing goldmine? Would that undermine the locker room, or would it energize it? That's the early conflict shaping around Sanders. He's not just fighting to prove he belongs. He's forcing the organization to rethink how much value one player can bring. And as much as the Browns want to play it safe, they know one truth: every day Shedeur Sanders is on their roster, their franchise value goes up. And that's what makes the next chapter so fascinating. Because while business has already changed Shedeur's future, it's also reshaping the Browns' depth chart. And behind closed doors, the coaching staff is already debating something fans didn't expect to hear so soon. Is Shedeur Sanders the Browns' next starting quarterback?
Despite the doubts of critics, Shedeur is proving them wrong. Not only is he showcasing his talent on the field, but he's also building one of the most valuable brands in the NFL. His jersey sales are just the start. Shedeur Sanders has also become an ambassador for AT&T, and in an interview with them, he made it clear: sports is a business, and he's all about that business. For him, it's not just about hitting the field and grinding, it's about producing and continuously working on things that matter. Shedeur is the perfect example of a savvy businessman and athlete. He didn't put all his eggs in one basket.
The speculation is no longer just whispers. According to reports, the Browns are already considering a move that would send shockwaves through the NFL, pushing Shedeur Sanders into the starting role. Think about that for a second. A rookie who wasn't even drafted in the first round. A rookie whose critics said he'd never live up to the hype. And yet, just months into his NFL journey, the Cleveland Browns may be ready to hand him the keys to the franchise. Why? The answer is simple: leverage. Shedeur doesn't just have a contract. He has control. With prime equity protecting his image rights, he's in a position no other rookie has ever been in. He doesn't need Cleveland to build his brand, but Cleveland desperately needs him to build theirs. The Browns haven't had a true face of the franchise in years. Sanders represents not only stability on the field, but a wave of excitement, relevance, and money off of it. That's where the fallout begins. Because if the Browns do elevate him, the locker room dynamics will shift overnight. Veterans who've waited their turn could feel overshadowed. Teammates will have to adjust. To a rookie leading the huddle with cameras flashing and endorsements following his every move. That kind of spotlight can divide a team just as easily as it can unite one. And yet, Sanders seems uniquely built for it. He's already proving that pressure fuels him. Remember, this is the same rookie who left the SB ceremony, where some of the biggest names in sports were gathered to personally help victims of the Rainbow apartment fire. He didn't just write a check. He showed up. That decision revealed something deeper. Sanders understands that leadership isn't about fame. It's about responsibility. That's what has Browns ownership leaning so heavily in his direction. Yes, his accuracy, his consistency, and his calm under pressure are all selling points. But what makes Sanders different is his ability to handle the full scope of being a modern NFL quarterback. The media storms, the sponsorships, the criticism, the community expectations, and if Cleveland does pull the trigger, it won't just reshape their season. It could reshape the league. Because suddenly, the NFL would have a rookie quarterback setting the standard for how athletes can dominate on the field while running an empire off it. The fallout could be massive. Other franchises will look at Sanders and start demanding the same from their players. Agents will fight for image rights. Young stars will chase both touchdowns and trademarks. And through it all, Sanders will be at the center. The player who proved you could be more than just a quarterback. You could be a brand. But here's the final question Browns fans are left asking. Is this too much, too soon? Can Cleveland handle a rookie who's already bigger than the game itself? Or is Shedeur Sanders about to become the exact kind of bold, era-defining leader this franchise has been waiting for? Shedeur Sanders has forced his way into the conversation, not just with his arm, but with his empire. He's got the contract, the endorsements, the leverage, and now, he might just have the Browns starting job.so. What do you guys think? Is Cleveland making the right call by betting on Sanders early? Or could this backfire in the biggest way possible? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay locked in on every twist in the Shedeur Sanders story, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because this is just the beginning.